what's going down, War Commander? I've got a quick question to put to everyone. I'd love to know what your thoughts are regarding this. Was Generation 4 Infantry better than the Series 1? I mean, if you compare them side to what they should be like, the Hoplite I see more as either a cross between the Absolver and a Generation 3 unit. Where is it? Cerberus with the drones, low range, with a little bit of drone. It's a good unit to bait. I'll give you that if everything hits air, but it's not quite a Cerberus in the way that the Cerberus behaved back in the day when it was king. The Cerberus was a fantastic unit, 4 drones. This has got 1, but the drone's got high deep health. The same with the Templar. It's good. It's got high health. It's got that 60% damage reduction and whatever it is against tanks. But is it as good as the Devout was back in the day? My answer would be again no. It definitely isn't as good as the Devout was back in the day. The Devout just done things. It was a massive tank, and the Templar isn't. It's good. It's okay. And this isn't me trying to have a pop of Kixeye. I think Kixeye have done right with this. Same as the Wasteland. I'll get to that explanation in a bit. But same as the Wasteland, you've got to compare it up against the controller. And the controller was just, for its time, absolutely unreal. Compared to the... I'm not saying they're bad units. What I'm saying is I think Kixeye have gone more level-headed. This is what I wanted to explain. They haven't gone for overpowered. They've gone for a mid-powered unit on all 3. They're not overpowered. They don't do one thing better than the other. They have a use in the game. Whereas the controllers, we were just bunging all of them in our bunkers and towers. Over 1,000 range in a fucking tower. Whereas the Wastelander, they've reduced that the range. And I think that's a good change. I think I've got them in my bunkers now. I'm still hitting around about the deploy spot. That's the main. I'll show you what I've got in there. I've actually gone for 2 Templar, 2 Wastelanders, and 1 Legendary Devout in every single one of my. It may change, and I'm tempted to go back to bunkers. To be fair with you, but nothing so far. Nothing on these units say wow. You like when the first Series 1 for the vehicles come out, we had the Helios that the fire would explode and it would give not concuss. What am I looking for? My thing's beeping. Hang on. It would what do they call it? You know what I mean. Same as the Soul Runners, when they very first come out, although Kixeye, I truly believe Kixeye fucked them. They didn't like that they were so spammy. They screwed with them. They was meant to fire at up to 8 targets simultaneously, and they give that cloud a wow factor. And then you had the what are they called? Fucking hell, I should have thought about this before I'd done the video. The Lightbringers, and they had massive range with massive splash. And then it slowly got down. You move on to the air. Where's the air? And they give us hula hoops for every single unit. Don't get me wrong. They were still a good unit. The Echo's probably the worst out of the 3, but it was the first, and it was wow. Look at the way that fires, move and shoot, broken on fucking. That's probably what put a lot of people off Dopplers. Echo, sorry, it was broke on release. Then we moved on to the Dervish, and it just tanked everything. Once you got that gold tech for the drone, it was an absolute monster in PvE and PvP. And then Kixeye decided that they would nerf that as well because people was having fun with it in PvP, and it was seen as making the bases too easy. It wasn't costing as much gold, so it didn't get nerfed. They brought out shit to fucking counter it, basically, really quick. And then the Doppler, King of the Air, in my opinion, absolute fucking monster. Not good in PvP, not if the Screamer's about, but what a fucking unit. Absolutely fantastic. Why Kixeye didn't put a little bit of a nerf on the for these 3 units? Why they didn't put the nerf on the Screamer a little bit? Give them a little, like, because Series 1, give them they've got so much, 30% off what the Screamer output is. Would have made the unit a little bit more better in PvP. The Dervish was good in PvP to start with. Not so much now. Again, it's been fucked. Doppler was never good in PvP, and the Echo was never good in PvP. Then you've got to move on to the ground, and they sort of like sloped off. It weren't just. It was a fucking crash. The ideas are there. It just wasn't put across as well as I thought it could have been. Electromagnetic guns. Why did they all need electromagnetic guns? I can see what they're doing. It's so they hit the target every time. That's what that is about, I think. But they didn't have to make it all electromagnetic. Just make it hit the target. You didn't need to say electromagnetic shit. I don't get that, but I still believe the equivalent, especially in the infantry, not so much the air, but the infantry and not so much the tanks, but the infantry for Gen 4 is better than was better than Series 1 in its day. The Absolver was one of my favourites. I was doing events with one Absolver, the hardest base. I was killing that event with the Absolver. That's how good that unit was. You try to run one Templar into the hardest base in this event, and I've got them maxed out. They're not no good. Same as the Hoplite. They work well combined. If you combine a few units with them, these are absolute mustard. But back in the day, I was doing bases with the Absolver on its own. I was doing bases with the controller on its own, and I was doing bases with the Devouts as a tank, and then backing it would be something else, Lightbringers or something like that. And these tanked the whole base, 3 or 4 of them, and then just all Lightbringers behind them. Whereas you look at these ones, Kixeye don't want us Rubian bases, and I understand that. But these ones you can't run into I think I did do the hardest base with, I think it was 12 of these. You can do the ultra base with a full tune of these. I've done it. I didn't put it on video. I didn't think it's something that anyone would want to watch. I do want to do a test with these eventually and see how well they're doing. Hopefully we get a decently powered Shadow Ops base. They change it. New Shadow Ops unit coming up Friday. So yeah, hopefully we get a change in them Shadow Ops bases, and it's for the good. Just don't. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I can waffle on for hours about it, but they've evened them out, in my opinion. They're not shit units, but they've evened them out. So they've got a use, but not on their own. You need other things to help them out, in my opinion. Anyway, take care all, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.